Hello there guys, my name is Jay and welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers. So today we are looking at a ship designed by a guy called Damoran, and he basically took a concept off of the Deviantart sort of picture and media sharing site, and took a guy's concept design and made it his own in Space Engineers with similar designs and whatnot, which is really quite a nice idea. And what he's actually produced is really good, and this is like one of the favourites for this week so far, and it's had like a lot of downloads and things, so hopefully you guys will appreciate this one and check it out yourself. Now there are an absolute shit ton of mods put on this, but you know, for what he's managed to achieve, it just shows the power of modification in the game. And this ship uses some very strange methods of making something look really good, but you know, obviously in a good way. So we're going to have a look at it. So the weaponry on this thing is ridiculous. It's all forward facing, but there are turrets of course that the turret heads can rotate and things, so on the like Gatling turrets and things like that, but basically he's got these like pods that have two railguns top and bottom, and then he's also got an over under rocket launcher, which basically allow for forward firing and basically to decimate the enemy, because this ship apparently is designed to be more like a submarine of space, which is kind of cool, and hence why it's called the Hunter Corvette. So we've got plenty of access ports and things like that. The turret's on the top again. I'm not sure that this rotates. It stated all things were forward firing, so I think these don't actually rotate. It's just the heads on them. And the engine bays look really gorgeous. I mean, if you look at this, he's actually used like he's been using like panels and things to add very nice looking sections to it. However, I think on this world there is thruster damage turned off, because these would burn through the grill, and so, especially this one, because that is technically one block away. So I'm unsure how he's managed to do that, unless he sort of bodged it to be, I don't know, I just don't know. Either way, I think that's the case with this build. Feel free to correct me. But it does look very nice and very industrial, and it's just gorgeous, and you'll love the insides as well. So I think what I'll do now is I'll go into F6 view, and I'll take you down into the actual area which we want to go into. So I'm actually on top of the ship at the moment, and you can probably see by the scale of how big it is compared to my character, and this skybox is absolutely tremendous. It's like the rings of Saturn, so it's pretty damn beautiful. So if we drop in through these airlocks, very nicely placed and very well thought through as well, because there are two on each, so you have to get into like the central area, depressurize, and you know, get back in. They close up really nicely as well. Look at that. So it says there, possible vacuum outside, warning, check suit seals. That's really nice. So in here we've got what we got here. What do we have here? So we've got a lot of things that are incomplete, like these AI cores as they're called, and they're like that because he wanted to give them like a you know, like a more strutted feel like this. If you look at this, it's like broken down slightly, which is really nice. It's got cameras here as well, so you can view what the hell is going on. And again, he's got these blocks here again, just turned, well, you know, turned into more decorative blocks than anything else, and nice grills above as well, where you've got the conveyor tubing going through as well. It's just gorgeous. And he's got like random computers and things, and then he's got, I think it's 2 blast furnaces, 2 assemblers, and or something like that in this ship, so it can sustain itself. And there's the assembler as well. So moving on through, this is the storage area where he's got the azimuth medium cargo containers, and he's got some wall lights and things like that going on in here. And if I just walk through and close that door, again, he's got his airlocks in, so different parts of the ship can be sealed off for safety measures. And we're on like the main bridge of it now, with lots of decoration blocks again like this with the lights in. I'm unsure whether they're actually lights or whether it's just a or it's just the colour that's been upped in brightness and things in contrast to make it look like it's giving off light. But either way, it's a really nice, some really nice mods being used. Now on the sides we do have the wings, which these are where the engines are, and basically this allows you to repair the engines, a bit like what I've got on some of my ships, where you can repair this section, repair that section, and you know, get back to it. And it does have backup reactors just in case you have your main power shut down for any reason. So it's very, very, very nice in here. It's very it's a very dominant room, this room. It's very, you know, this is the main room, this is where the power comes from, deal with it. So this is absolutely tremendous. What is that block? I'm trying to figure this out myself now. So we've got ship gravity and the backup power there. That's the computer core. Thrusters. So I'm unsure what that block actually is. I'm unsure whether there is a panel that I can press on it to see. But either way, it does look really... Oh, here we go. Either way, it looks absolutely beautiful. So it's the Advanced Reactor 3. So that's what powers it. So this is just colossal in size. And again, it's very prominent for this sort of room. Now, down here, we have the other room, which you know, we were up to the top one before. Now in the bottom one, again with its batteries in, just to, you know, sustain the power if that ever gets turned off for maintenance and things. And then if you come through this door, we'll go through another pressurized section just for safety reasons. And then we got this outdoor back entrance thing, which just allows entrance and exit from the back of the ship, which is really well thought through, I think, because you need multiple, you know, access to a ship if you want to dock in different places. So we're going to go into the main living quarters now, I do believe, if I go through this door. Here we go. So in here he's used a lot of the Darth Biomech stuff with all of his furniture and fridges and coffee makers and things like that. Very, very nicely done, very open. I'd love to live in here if I was a crew member, actually. And then in here we got like a workout room with gym facility and TV, so you can watch TV while you're pumping iron or something, I don't know. And then we've got bedrooms, so very, very nicely done again with the interior blocks. So you can see he's actually incorporated the curve into that to make the bed look a bit more askew, which is really, really cool. And he's got like some nice terminals here as well. So we come through here, we've got more bedrooms, and we step on through here, and we have a shower room and toilets. Oh, that's pretty cool. So we've got like a sink, everything else. Then we've got the medical room here, with some weird tubing going on, which that would actually look really nice with the NASA blocks mod. That needs to be done, or just taken over, I don't know. And then in here we have the main control hub. So this is where the whole ship would be controlled from, with all of its personnel. It does actually have a door here as well, which isn't a double airlocked section, so this could be a potential hazard. It's only on the one side, just in case you need to desperately dock with something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in here, and I'm going to go tab, and we have weapons. So I'm going to set up some sort of shooting range, and we'll test this bad boy out. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Okay, so this is like a new segment of the Spotlight stuff. It's something that I had planned to do with the last build, but there weren't very many weapons to test on it that were different and interesting. So what I've got here is I've actually got a sort of shooting range, and what I'm going to do with the DFC Hunter Corvette is I'm going to shoot shit with it, because I want to see how these weapons actually react. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to target onto that corner section there with, what do I have? Oh, do we have the railguns working yet? Let's give them a try. Okay, so is that the auto cannon? I guess that's the auto cannon. So we've got the bottom cannons here, so what I'll do is I'll shoot these like in the middle-ish, I think, and we'll see how that goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into tab, and I'm going to go F8. Let's see. So these cannons do a hell of a lot of damage. Very precise, very accurate, and very, again, just powerful. I think they've actually gone straight the way through. Yeah, this has literally ripped its way through the Has it? No, it hasn't actually. Oh, so these don't do as much damage as I first expected. So I think though they do 1 layer of damage each. Yeah, so they do like one tiny little amount of damage in a section. So these would be good for pinpointing like certain parts of a ship and taking it out of operation. So maybe it's engines, maybe somewhere where its paracel is, something like that. So that's a really cool weapon to have on this, actually. Very useful for what it wants to do in terms of hunting and destroying ships. So the next weapon I think we're going to do is the railgun. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do it in 2 sections. We're going to fire it on this corner bit on the yellow. And if I go back into F8 view, we'll see what this does. Oh shit. So do those actually go all the way through? No. So I think these are the same as the railguns. The cannons. I think they don't do that much damage in terms of ripping through multiple amounts of armour. So once they reload, we can fire again. There we go. So do you go... No, I think we'll do a 3rd shot and see how that goes once it reloads, because this thing takes like 10 seconds to reload. Stupid. There we go. So do you... Yeah, so this one produces the same sort of impact, if you look, as the cannon. So this one, again, would be good for it, but the disbursement's a bit more. So if we go like this and then go 4, these are just standard rocket launchers now. So I'm going to swivel it over to here and go F8 again, and we're just going to throw a bunch of rockets in. So these rockets I don't believe do that much. Yeah, look, so the armor's very very good at avoiding the damage from these rockets, and it can sponge a lot before it comes through. What I'll do is I'll keep firing until we get some penetration, I think. And these actually do like push it a lot as well, which is a bit unexpected, because the railguns and that don't seem to do a lot in terms of that. Here we go. So we're going to get some breakthrough in a second. So there we go. So it took quite a few rounds to get through that. But this is a pretty formidable ship. I'd give it that. It's very very dangerous to come up against. This has been the Hunter Corvette. If you guys have enjoyed the new sort of testing out of weapons, then don't be afraid to leave a comment in the description below. I may do some drones as well, or some decoys, and show off how the small turrets fare on other ships. But for now, I think that will do, you guys, because this thing is freaking dangerous. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, please like, favourite, and of course subscribe for more. And have any issues, things you want to say, things you want to complain about, put it in the comment section below. I'll read them, potentially comment back. So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.